After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, base and fringe. This marked the beginning of the era of the Cold War. Like Solid 3 is a game developed by world-famous movie director in which you are tasked with the defeat of communists in the jungles of Siberia. It's the height of the Cold War. Tensions between the forces of base and cringe have never been higher. In the backdrop of this international struggle, our hero must brave dark forests, high mountains, and two separate console generations. The aim of this virtuous mission is to extract the Soviet scientist named Sokolov, working on a secret project for an invincible weapon of war. And with great ambition, determination, and a will to stop the forces of evil, our hero, making Snake, that's his real code name, begins preparations for the plunge below and the perilous journey which lies ahead. But first, I wanted to record the HD version of the game in order to get better footage, but unfortunately that's a PS3. Then I remembered that my computer is a PS3. There might be a box. You get up in the air and your partner's like, don't worry, you're smoking the gasoline. The door opens and Snake decides to jump away from the version red coast. Long growl begins. Snake gets as far away as he can from that and then ends up on the jungle floor. Now the virtuous mission can finally begin. Except no, my mom is calling me. You've been ignoring her philosophy lectures for 5 years before she finally caught up to you. Now you can finally listen to her talking about the now swamps of Siberia at night. The Russians patrol these jungles. You must head through them slowly, carefully, and methodically. That includes the bee attack. You finally reach the factory where Sokolov held and beat up everyone like it's high school. You get to Sokolov just as he exterminates the last of the Twilight books. Sokolov explains to Snake that he's actually being kept there for safety by the KGB. There is an internal power struggle in the Soviet Union, in which a faction of radical communists seeks to kidnap him and take power for themselves. This faction is headed by none other than Palpatine. The motivation, ideology, and also practice involving forces remains at large, but time is of the essence, so you make it extremely slow. Hurry up. Please. Freeze. Fuck. Finally, you're American.
You're from the Oslan unit of Spetsnaz. What's a Gruesome doing here?
I came here to gesticulate for no reason. I suffer from a disorder.
What?
Now, Snake, tell me, is it true that in capitalist America, hordes of pigs can appear from nowhere and kill Chip the Lion? That's actually amazing. I'm going to be out now. So, Snake beats his ass, right? Unconscious and the scientist safe. You run into the forest to go find the scientist and enter the glitch of bad lip sync. You see the giant tanks of gloves working on it. It's interesting. And it's just really big. You're only left to take it back to the state. So you cross the bridge where you see your mom. Your mom is voiced by Pearl from SpongeBob.
That suitcase is full of bees, Snake. I'm defecting to the Soviet Union.
Dude, the forces of cringe?
Those are relative terms, you imbecile.
So the communists use bees to get out Sokolov, and Emperor Palpatine shows up. Finally, my plans are coming together. I will throw this yee-yee-ass honky off of the bridge. Holy shit, I have hands. Snake wakes up on the shore and is contacted by HQ. You'll have to listen carefully in order to manually treat the injury. Hope you got all that rope. Snake bends his bones back and then leaves off screen. Meanwhile, Palpatine decides that it's time to dispose of the evidence. It's been 1 week since the virtuous mission, and your radioactive ass is being sent back to the jungle again. The Soviets blame the United States for the explosion. The world is on the brink of nuclear annihilation. In order to 13 feet before seeing your mom again. Seriously?
Snake, you deserve to be placed in a box and laughed at. You see those big fucking squares in the ground there, Snake? Yeah, take care of those when we talk.
You're forced to speak out for a very long period of time. You go to some contact. She provides no loud votes. You are unsurprisingly found by the guards. Don't worry though, she's prepared. Okay, they're gone. She spawns her hair and reveals her real name, Ava, which is a stupid name. Then she showed her huge booba to Big Boss the Snake. I am talking Largo Bazonka-Donkos, dustpan-sized Donkey Kongs. She gets you to sign up for her own fans and then gives Snake a gun, which he likes more. She gives you a scientist disguise and tells you to go to sleep. In fact, the game encourages you to stop playing it. Snake wakes up and dastardly villains appear outside. It wasn't a good idea, just sneak to the leaders of a disappeared patrol. They break in so you cause a flashback in their asses and then dump them all down with dogs. Oh, you again. You will be answering most of my questions, or her head will fall off. Is it true that in capitalist America that you pay for healthcare in blood? I mean, what? So Ava beats the shit out of him and he's like, I have to go. With that taken care of, you progress on your journey through the jungle. Along the way, you encounter swamps, alligators, electric fences, minefields, disappearing dogs, and non-consensual python consumption films. With nothing but a pistol in hand and an iron will to seize things, you reach the jungle's head with the facility where Ocelot stands behind rock. God damn it, is it true that After the end of World War II, the world was split into two. This month begins the Bike Pedal Solid 3 is a game developed by world-famous movie director Hideo Kojima, in which you are tasked with the defeat of communists in the jungles of Siberia. It's the height of the Cold War, and tensions between the forces of base and cringe have never been higher. In the backdrop of this international struggle, our hero must brave dark forests, high mountains, and two separate console generations. The aim of this virtuous mission is to extract the Soviet scientist named Sokolov, working on a secret project for an invincible weapon of war. And with great ambition, determination, and a will to stop the forces, our hero, Naked Snake, that's his real code name, begin preparations for the plunge below and the perilous journey which lies ahead. But first, a warning. I wanted to report. The world was split into base and this month is the perfect era of the Cold War. Bike Pedal Solid 3 is a game developed by world-famous movie director Hideo Kojima, in which you are tasked with defeating communists in the jungles of Siberia. It's the height of the Cold War, and tensions between the forces of base and cringe have never been higher. In the backdrop of this international struggle, our hero must brave dark forests, high mountains, and two separate console generations. The aim of this virtuous mission is to extract the Soviet scientist named Sokolov, working on a secret project for an invincible weapon of war. And with great ambition, determination, and a will to stop the forces of evil, our hero, Naked Snake, that's his real code name, begin preparations for the plunge below and the perilous journey which lies ahead. But first of all, I wanted to record the HD version of the game in order to get better footage, but unfortunately that's only on screen. Then I remembered that my computer needs a few. There might be a fix. You get up in the air and your partner's like, don't worry, you smoke on the gasoline. The door opens and Snake decides to jump away from the burning wreck. Oh shit, you go on, grab Snake gets as far away as he can and ends up in the jungle. Now the virtuous mission can finally begin, except no, my mom's calling. You've been ignoring the philosophy lectures for 5 years before she finally caught up. Now you can finally listen to her talking about... Now it's time to head through the lush swamps of Siberia and die. The Russians patrol these jungles. You must head through slowly, carefully, and methodically. That includes the bee attack. You finally reach the factory where Sokolov is being held and beat up everyone like it's high school. You get to Sokolov and he exterminates the last of the Twilight books. Sokolov explodes explains to Snake that he's actually being kept there for his safety by the KGB. There is an internal power struggle in the Soviet Union, in which a faction of radical communists seeks to kidnap him and take power for themselves. This faction is headed by none other than Emperor Palpatine. The motivation, ideology, and also practice of all these forces remains at large, but time is of the essence, so you make your extremely slow. Hurry up. Please. Fuck. Finally, a real American.
You, the Ocelot unit of Spetsnaz. What the Crusoe is doing here?
I think you gesticulate for no reason. My hands run right. Snake, tell me, is it true that in capitalist America, hordes of pigs can appear from nowhere and children? I think that's accurate. Amazing! I'm going to be out now. So Snake beats his ass, rendering him unconscious at the scientist's sake. You run into the forest to go find the scientist and enter the bridge of bad lip sync. You see the giant tanks the one's working on it? It's a giant can, it shoots really big. Your only option left is to take him back to the States. So you cross the bridge where you see your mom. Your mom is voiced by Pearl from SpongeBob.
Soviet Union.
You mean the forces of cringe?
Those are relative terms.
So the communists use bees to connect Sokolov and Emperor Palpatine shows up. Finally, plans are coming together. Throw this EE-ass hunky off of the bridge. Holy shit, I have hands. In order to manually treat your injuries with the proper supplies. After the end of World War II, the world was split into two. This month begins the era of the Cold War. Like Metal Solid 3 is a game developed by world-famous movie director Hideo Kojima, in which you are tasked with the defeat of communists in the jungles of Siberia. It's the height of the Cold War, and tensions between the forces of base and cringe have never been higher. In the backdrop of this international struggle, our hero must brave dark forests, high mountains, and two separate continents and missions. The aim of this virtuous mission is to extract a Soviet scientist named Sokolov, working on a secret project for an invincible weapon, and with great ambition, determination, and a will to stop the forces of evil, our hero, Naked Snake, that's his real code name, begin preparations for the plunge below and the perilous journey which lies ahead. But first, a warning. I wanted to record the HD in order to get better footage, but unfortunately that's only on the PS3. Then, my computer is PS3, but there might be a few bugs. You get up in the air and your partner's like, don't throw your smoke on the gasoline. The door opens and Snake decides to jump away from the burning wreck. Oh, Snake, you go on a growl if you get what? Snake gets as far away as he can from that and ends up on the jungle floor. Now the virtuous mission can finally begin. Except no, my mom is calling. You've been ignoring her philosophy lectures for 5 years before she finally caught up to you. Now you can finally listen to her talking about it. Now it's time to head through the lush swamps of Siberia and die. The Russians control the must head through slowly, carefully, and methodically. That includes the bee attack. You finally reach the factory where Sokolov is being held and beat up everyone like it's high school. You get to Sokolov just as he exterminates the last of the Twilight Force. Sokolov explains to Snake that he's actually being kept there for his safety by the KGB. There is an internal power struggle in the Soviet Union, in which a faction of radical communists seeks to kidnap him and take power for themselves. This faction is led by none other than Emperor Palpatine. The motivation, ideology, and also practice of all these forces remains at large, but time is of the essence, so you make your extremely slow. Hurry up. Please. Fuck. Finally, a real American.
You're from the Ocelot unit of Spetsnaz. What's a crew soldier doing here?
I came here to gesticulate for no reason. I thought the order, which I must wave my hands around right now.
What?
Now, Snake, tell me, is it true that in capitalist America, hordes of pigs can appear from nowhere and kill children? I don't think that's accurate. Amazing! I'm going to meow. So Snake Beast says, on the line, some scientists say, you run into the forest to go find the scientist and enter the bridge of bad lip syncing. You see the giant tank soap gloves working on it? That can, it shoots really big. Your only option left is to take him back to the States. So you cross the bridge where you see your mom. Your mom is voiced by Pearl from SpongeBob.
That's infecting the Soviet Union.
You mean the forces of cringe?
Those are Lois return.
So the communists use bees to get out their the final five plans are coming together. Throw this yee-yee-ass honky off the bridge. Holy shit, I have hands. Snake wakes up in the shore and is contacted by HQ. You'll have to listen carefully in order to manually treat your injuries with the proper supplies. Got all that, bro. Snake bends his bones back and then comes off screen. Meanwhile, an alcohol explodes in the air. It's been 1 week since the Virtuous mission, and your radioactive ass is being sent back to the jungle again. The Soviets blame the United explosion. The world is on the brink of nuclear annihilation. In order to save the world and prove our innocence, we must head back to the jungle and stop Palpatine's plan to overthrow Khrushchev. This is the beginning of Operation Snake Eater. That cost 13 feet before seeing your mom get seriously.
Observed and placed in a box and laughed at it. You see those big fucking squares behind there, Snake? Yeah, take care of those when we talk.
You're forced to sneak around for a very long period of time. You go to Sokolov's house again to meet with your contact. She arrives at how it works. You are unsurprisingly found some bodyguards. Don't worry though, she's prepared. Okay, they're gone. She spawns her hair and then reveals her real name, Ava, which is a stupid name. Then she shows her the big box with a snake high-end coffee, largo dust-sized Donkey Kongs. She gets you to sign up for her OnlyFans and then gives Snake a gun, which he likes more. She gives you a scientist disguise and tells you to go to sleep. In fact, the game encourages you to stop playing it. Snake wakes up and dastardly villains appear outside. It wasn't a good idea to sleep within 20 minutes of a disappear control. They break in and cause a flashback in your ass and dump them all back to the dollars. Oh, you again. You will be answering both of my questions or her head will fall off. Is it true that in capitalist America that you pay for healthcare and blood? I mean, not all of us. What? So Ada beats the shit out of him and he's like, I have to go. With that taken care of, you progress in the journey to the jungle. Along the way, after swamps, alligators, electric fences, minefields, disappearing dogs, and non-consensual python consumption films. With nothing but a pistol in hand and an iron will to see them through, you reach the jungle's head for the facility where Ocelot stands behind a rock. God damn it! Tell me, American, is it true that in capitalist America there's no such thing as the village toothbrush? Fascinating! Listen to my cat impression. So now it's actually time to fight Ocelot. The battle is actually fun. Ocelot struggles greatly with object purpose. If he can't see you, you don't exist. You trade blows for hours, shooting each other in the face multiple times. And after a long and exhausting battle, Snake finally closes in for the kill with multiple beams in his wake. Ocelot uses the extremely viable beams while everyone else dies. Snake is forced to jump off a cliff to escape the beams. Snake then promptly eats a hornet's nest to get revenge. Welcome to the cave area. The cave area. It's literally so dark you can't cliffs. You only able to escape and face the enemy which lies beyond.
My physiology is comprised mostly of bees. Finally, I get to fight. Now,
Much like the Ocelot fight, this match is a test for infants. Whenever you disappear from the water, the paint allows you to get a quick hit before diving underwater again. He would be screwed if bees weren't bulletproof. He also uses bees to carry grenades instead of just sending bees at you. But after a long time of poking and prodding, you eventually bring him down and he explodes into fire. Why? Now we can leave this fucking dangerous canyons and swamps filled with rush into fucking spaceships, only to arrive at the warehouse just in time to glimpse your target. Sokolov is refusing to cooperate, and that's not very communist of him. Ocelot shows up and shows his guns at him. The boss then shows up and kills my goldfish. She tells Ocelot not to worry about Snake. He-Man has a temper. Then Palpatine punches a wall of the power and kills all, except of course for Jesus, who promptly reforms this word is into the base, taking care not to be detected, and after needlessly murdering all of the guards, you carefully sneak into the warehouse, through the warehouse, and through the guards. You head through a mysterious forest until you're caught by a snare trap. At which point the demon cells help you try to get out. You finally enter a location called entering this highly secret lab will require great skills and bullet mastery, crawling through the walls and slowly making your way into the lab. Once inside, you don your disguise and put on inconspicuous face paint. They noticed me. After murdering everyone, you proceed to the main office where you find this fat guy, and he's just like holding Snake, you are sunburned so badly, can I please give you lotion? He tells you that you're in the wrong base, and what you're actually looking for is the impenetrable fortress of ULTRAKILL. There's also a gigantic stash of money over there that's giving bullet all his power. Snake, a great captain, that means it's time again. On all the way back, you ran so far that it became daytime.
You're about to have a fucking blast, my dude. Later, bitch. I'm Spider-Man.
So the battle starts with the game literally telling you how to get rid of the heroin. I don't think it trusts you. The Fear is a boss who jumps around like a hungry cat. He also doesn't have an issue with basic cognitive function, making him one of the best bosses. The battle is a matter of tracking the movements of your camouflaged enemy while dodging his arrows. All the while, the arena is filled with straps and AIDS needles. Eventually, Snake makes it through the homeless camp and purchases a stolen bike to hit him with. This kills him instantly. Alright, so the crackhead is dying. Time to go. You go through the warehouse before killing the guard, and then looking up the exit, my lost ball, please pick me up. Now I know. You head through when Ava calls, telling you to get your ass to the secret tunnel in the mountains. Also, watch out for Bernie Sanders, he's coming. You go for a peaceful walk in the forest, and then dodge the worst travel ever. And you get a cutscene. The gameplay between bosses was 10 minutes. Healthcare by force. After all, is free healthcare not the definition of what the fuck? I will be pushing Donald Trump down the stairs. It's time for another boss who can process the stimuli. But unlike previous encounters, this boss is slow, methodical, and deadly. Kojima originally wanted the boss fight to take really easy on your leg, but was told no by a trained gimmick. The boss fight mostly consists of sneaking up on your target and chipping away his health. It's a cat and mouse game between two equally matched stealth operatives. And if you don't play the game for a week, he dies of old age. Fortunately, I didn't do that, so I got to watch the chain race and explode. Now that America is safe from the clutches of real-life, actual, in fact, communism, it's time to head up a ladder and head to the mountains above. If you've played this game, you already know. This is the ladder scene sped up like 1,000 times, so notice that it takes a long time. We're going to look halfway there, and I'll secure the war here. Let it go to the result of really relatively. We're here. The family hired the T-Data family has welcome to the mountains. There are hordes of animals, and Snake is an expert in putting down animals. So you crawl around a lot until you and you are pursued by a helicopter. Stealthily and expertly, you make your way to the main base camp, which is patrolled by guards. Then the problem sorts itself out and you reach the end. Snake enters the secret tunnel and finds his solid snake. Donkey Kong's his bag. Not the because I don't know what Snake uses his real powers to read her dodge protocols. They tell him to enter a secret tunnel to Grozny Ground there. Steal the uniform from a femboy, rescue Sokolov, and make his escape. Then she bikes off a fucking cliff and dies. You look down at the base and see Palpatine. Fuck you, Barrel. What's new with my character? Please help me, I can't stop walking like I have to take a shit. I literally killed a person in fucking movies. What? This is why we don't have sex offline. All communists may be gay, but I'm not gay for you. So after that shenaniganery, you exit the mountainside and enter the tunnel. Kinda cool how Snake had to climb a mountaintop and then leave it after 20 minutes. Hey there, Snake. I know that you're expecting a gimmick or a funny voice, but there is no gimmick. I'm just here to kill you. It's time to fight another boss with even intelligence. The theory works by trying to figure out where you are and then failing. Though I would consider it a difficult boss, because if you are found, you're fucked. Much like the pain, you rely on this boss being unable to understand Gauntlet's water conservation. The boss isn't very interesting. His fight goes down to a cycle of 3 steps: shooting, running, and praying. Do this enough and you'll live.
One place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism.
Oh boy, another ladder. Welcome to Grozny. You sneak into the outer sections until you get a boost. You put on your disguise, it actually works this time. Did I mention Snake can do blackface in this game? You run around for 10 hours looking for a femboy. Seriously, where the fuck is he? When you finally find one, you walk towards him normally, knock him out, and then shove him in the locker like a nerd. Now Snake is revered and respected across Discord.com. Using your newfound access, you head to the interrogation room to find a very confused Sokolov. He tells you that it's too late. The giant robot is ready for battle. The Soviets no longer need him. The original faction plan is to destroy the prototype and disconnect the Snake is therefore ready to find the bomb to destroy the Shigolad. They'll get into the chambers of Snake is forced to don the disguise again. Where have you been, kitten? Daddy's been waiting in Discord VC for 3 4.